Hello everyone, and welcome to bcentrictv. My name is Nita, and thank you for those who are coming back to view. Make sure you are subscribed, and welcome to those who are new to the channel, and also be sure to subscribe if you like what you see. So today I really wanted to get into talking about some matters of mental health. This shouldn't be a long video, but I know it's been a little while since I posted anything, and that's because I had, some personal matters, things. I do still work a regular job, have a child to raise, and some other endeavors that I'm doing as well. But you all, I'm here. Just stay with me, stick with me. And also, one of the things I also like to do from time to time is take a little break from social media. Yeah, I know a lot of people have a hard time doing that, but I like to do it ever so often because I like to protect my peace and my mental health. And I'm pretty sure some of y'all can agree that. I hope you all don't hear that in the background. I don't know why I have my window open, but anywho, I think that most of you all can agree that social media, the internet, all of this has definitely changed our lives. It changes how we do things, how we view things in life in general. I'm at an age where I'm old enough to remember life prior to social media, and at the age where social media began. So I clearly seen the transition, and it definitely has, the internet and social media definitely has positive things that come along with it. I mean, it makes life very convenient, even when it comes down to getting information, finding information, research. We're able to know a lot more now than we did in the past, but also with that information comes a lot of misinformation. To every good, there's some bad, unfortunately. And I just really want to get into how it's important to sometimes take that mental break when you need to schedule it, every so often, if it's quarterly, annually, however you decide to do it. I do think it's very beneficial. I'm not one of those people that I make a big announcement about it. I just do it. I don't make a big announcement because I feel like when I need to get into my space, I'm just going to get into my space. I don't have to announce to everybody that, hey, I'm gonna be off social media. But maybe, it's possible that I might start doing that because of the YouTube channel. I don't want y'all to feel like I'm gone. I'm here. So let's get into too much computer time and the increase in anxiety. And also, studies show that excessive social media use can lead to feeling of depression and dependency in some people. As we know, in this world today, anxiety and depression is at an all-time high. And we can't sit and pretend that social media does not play a role into it. And a lot of the reasons is because we are comparing ourselves to other people. We are comparing ourselves to people whether we know them or don't know them. We see what people post on the internet, and it looks so beautiful. The pictures are beautiful. It looks like everybody's always on a trip or traveling somewhere. It looks like people are constantly shopping. They get to have the designer bags and things like this. People are obsessed with other people's lives. And that's a problem, because there is still the real world out here, and we have to remember to live in that. What you see on social media, most notably probably Instagram and different TikTok and stuff like that, a lot of those people are going to show you the good. I know a lot of you all heard this, but they're going to show you the good. They're not showing you what it takes to get that a lot of times. Some do make content to show you to show you the struggle of what they go through to get what it is they want, or even if they're still struggling. But most of the time, people gravitate towards what it is they desire. I desire to look a certain way. I desire to have these luxury items. I desire to travel all the time. Y'all, I'm sorry about my background. Ooh, I don't know if y'all gonna hear that or not. But we're comparing ourselves to other people, and whether we believe it or not, even the people that say no, I don't do that, a lot of us subconsciously do it. And I even have to check myself when I see certain people, whether it's a celebrity or whether it's just somebody I know or just an acquaintance with. I have to check myself to make sure I know I'm not feeling any jealousy, but I also want to check myself to make sure that I'm not feeling any envy, because that envy, depending on the type of person you are, how well you are emotionally intelligent, can turn into jealousy, which is never a good thing. So we have to be mindful. We have to check ourselves and remember that this place called the internet is not a real place. We have to use it for what it was made for, gathering information, entertainment, and some other uses too, right? So that's a lot of the reason why people are having anxiety, depression. They're constantly complaining about their lives, feeling like their lives are not worthy because they're not living up to what the Kardashians have. There is more to life than just social media. Live your life. This video is going to be posted before the new year, so I'm telling y'all this, so maybe you can add this to your resolution to cut down some time on social media. Now, I ain't saying leave completely, because you got to come back and, watch my videos, but let's have a healthy relationship with social media. Also comments, content. One thing I've noticed with creating content and also being on social media from the beginning to now, people gravitate, well, more in a lot recent years, people gravitate towards negativity. Like even down to how you have to word your captions, even down to sometimes the way creators have to have thumbnails. It almost has to be like a shock factor for someone to even click on it, which, in a lot of cases is sad, and we're all guilty of it. I'm not going to act like I'm not guilty of it a time or two. I'm definitely, got to check myself, like, hold up now. You want more positivity. You want to speak more positivity. You want to make sure your content is positive and that people can grow and learn. So you got to be mindful to not fall down that rabbit hole of negativity, because it's so easy. Because you watch one video, and especially TikTok, you watch one video on something, here go another one, here go another one, here go another one. So a lot of times, if I don't want to see a particular type of content, I hear it for a few seconds just to make sure, and then I hurry up and I scroll. You gotta hurry up and scroll, because I'm telling you, they will keep it in your algorithm. And there are some angry people out here in this world. There are people that will put nasty comments under your post just because. It's like, why? And we have to remember, this is another thing I recognize. We have to remember, and if you ever notice, the most miserable people are usually the loudest ones in the comments section. A good bit of the time, there is usually, depending on the topic, especially when they talking about relationship topics. Lord have mercy. Ooh. But that's another story for another day that I don't talk about on this channel. But the most miserable people are the loudest people in the comments. The people who are the most miserable with their lives have the most views. And it's not reflecting most people's reality, but even when people don't live in that reality, they tend to still click on it, giving them views. They're going to keep spreading that unnecessary negativity if we keep feeding them, because they get fed. They're literally getting fed by making money off of that content. If you don't want to see negative content and you want more positivity in the world, you need to not comment under those people's, if their content is not positive and it's not it's not beneficial to you, don't promote it. Don't view it. Don't like it. Don't even disliking. One thing y'all don't realize, disliking is still considered engagement. So whether you dislike it or like it, it's engagement. And it still pushes you through the algorithm the more you get. Start being more loud underneath the comments for people that are giving positive content. There's nothing wrong with having a friendly debate in the comments. There's nothing wrong with that. But some people just take it too far because they don't know you. And they feel like, well, I can say whatever on the internet because they ain't like you know me anyway. But there's nothing wrong with having different perspectives and things like that. But keep it respectful. Like, I don't see what's the big deal of calling people out their names in the comment section. People you don't even know. It's like people go straight to, you're stupid. It's so weird. Just because you don't agree, don't make me stupid. Your opinion is your opinion and mine is mine. But if you want more positive content and you want to see that more on social media, you have to help promote it. You have to share it. You have to like it. You have to comment. Even if it's just I really like this video. That really helped me. Something. It helps. So that's another thing that can be done to help promote more positivity in social media, to help with our mental health. The more positivity you receive, and the more, the better you feel. And vice versa. So I think I talked enough on that. This not supposed to be a long video, but it be like that sometime. Bright lights from devices block melatonin secretion, and that's the hormone that regulates sleep. I very, very seldom sleep with my TV on. Very, very seldom. Because I sleep best and have more peace in my sleep when nothing is on. I know a lot of people sleep with the TV on. It's something that I never too much care for. Maybe if it's a weekend and I just happen to fall asleep and it's on. But even then, a lot of times I wake up in the middle of the night and cut it off. I need silence. I like peace. It helps. Because if I do keep that TV on, a lot of times while I'm sleeping, subconsciously I hear the TV. And all of a sudden now I'm having these crazy dreams. And 9 times out of 10, they don't even be good. So I'm like, you know what? I need peace. Sleep and peace. Also, a lot of times, some of us fall asleep holding our phones. Not me necessarily, but I've seen people fall asleep literally holding their phones. And it's just like, dang, like, put it down. It's probably best that we, before we go to bed, maybe at least a good 30 minutes to an hour before we go to bed, don't be on social media. Don't check your phones. Just so you can unwind, so you can get your mind out of that. Maybe that would help with that. Also, constantly having to, and I know I've been guilty for this, especially if I post something, or especially if I'm expecting something, I am constantly checking my social media accounts and trying to respond to emails. I have been advised that it's best to set times for when you're going to check your emails, because you got to check your emails, especially if you're doing stuff, if you're in school or work, whatever, and things like that. But some of us are obsessed, and we will, every 5 minutes, did I get an email? Okay, I put the phone down. So however you decide to schedule that, whether it's, okay, maybe an hour after I wake up, I check all my emails, I check all my social media accounts, see if there's anything I need to respond to, do that, take maybe a good 15, 20, 30 minutes, depending on what you need to do, respond, view, put the phone down. Give yourself some time in between time to experience the real world, because I know a lot of us, including myself, I am guilty of being on social media throughout the day while I'm working. I'll work a little bit and I pick up my phone, but I'm really getting good with not doing that anymore. The only problem is I always feel like I'm missing out on what's going on, but that's another thing too. Um, you feel like you what is it? It's FOMO. It's even something they call FOMO, fear of missing out. I have a fear of missing out. I swear every time I take a break, something happens. And I be like, well, dang, I take a break for maybe for like a week or two and it's always something going on. But really, it's not necessarily anything that, well, no, it could. Because sometimes the way our politics are set up, you never know what's going to happen. And that's how I get a lot of my information is through social media. I don't watch the news. I don't have cable or any of that. So I just stream and have social media. So a lot of us have this fear of missing out. And fear of missing out is not just missing out on information. It also, especially with teenagers and even some adults, there was a time that, say you were having a party, or no, say you wanted to go to the movies and you wanted Keisha to come with you. Well, you'll be like, Keisha, hey, come to the movies with me. And you just go. Now, you ask Keisha to go to the movies with you. Y'all probably take pictures, this and this and that, and now you post it. Now, I don't know, Quita sees, oh, Danielle and Keisha done went to the movies. Well, why they didn't invite me? Now it's just level of missing out. Now we have animosity that shouldn't be there. When in reality, who knows why Danielle asked Keisha to come with her. Maybe it was a situation where she was just like, well, I just want her. Who knows? Whatever the reason is, now you have outsiders and other people looking at it as, well, why I didn't get an invite and why didn't I do that? And that happens a lot within the teenagers, and that is something that's increasing and that we're seeing in studies regarding social media and teenagers. They have this fear of missing out. They see their friends maybe out at a party and they're not there. Now they're mad at each other. Now they're bullying each other online. This whole back and forth of I block you, you block me, all that unnecessary drama, right? Where in the real life, it doesn't matter. In real life, it's not that deep. But when it's seen on social media, it magnifies the situation and makes it even worse than it ever should be. We all be sure to, check your teenagers on that if you have any young children, or even you have as an adult if you experience that. Like, check yourself and just realize it's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's really not. Now, according to Pew Research, 69% of adults and 81% of teens in the United States use social media. So our teenagers are really going through it. You have these cyberbullying that they have to deal with, whereas in the real world you usually have to deal with regular bullying. But cyberbullying is clearly a thing, and a lot of young people are killing themselves over it. So that comes down to possibly setting screen time, not and talking to your children and about it, and not talking at them. We like to be like, well, in my day, we ain't had to do. Try not to do that. Try to talk to them where they at. This is a whole nother society. We didn't have to deal with this cyberbullying stuff. To them, it's important. So you have to make them feel their feelings valid. Don't invalidate their feelings because your experience was different. They're still experiencing bullying. It's just different. But we do need to let them know that that's not the real world. It's not the real world. Now, sometimes it does spill over into the real world, but I think if we help them understand that a lot of what you see on there is just a facade, and give them screen time and also allow them to experience the real world, whether it's you taking them places and putting down that phone. There's just different ways. We have to be a lot more active. I mean, you always have to be active in your kid's life, but really being active and proactive, and try not to just be reactive after you already seen them do something. Try to, jump ahead and go ahead and start creating these routines and setting this screen time, when to cut off the phone. They don't need every type of social media. Like, it's not necessary. And I don't know, Instagram might be the worst one, especially for teenagers, I believe so. So also studies tied social media to decreased, disrupt, and delayed sleep. We talked about that, which is associated with depression, memory loss, and poor academic performance. So we talked about the depression, everything like that. So too much social media, due to a lot of things we talk about, can really mess with your mental health. We talk about mental health a lot more these days because it was definitely taboo back in the day, but a lot of the mental health issues that we have that have come to now can really somewhat be avoided. It can really be avoided. We just got to put in the work and put our foot down and be disciplined. Discipline is a big one. We got to really be disciplined even for adults. Take your break from social media. You have to get your sleep. If you're not getting adequate amount of sleep, you're going to be tired. You're going to be sluggish. You're going to be depressed because your brain is not working properly. Try to do your best to take that break and set that screen time for your kids, even your teenagers. Talk to them and let them know the importance of living in the real life. All right. So I saw some tips to help help people focus what's good going on in their lives, because like we talked about before, a lot of times we focus on what everybody else got going on and start to compare our lives. So one of the things was to every morning write down something that you are grateful for. Something, that one thing, whether it's you're grateful for your parents, you're grateful for life, you're grateful because you have a secure job, whatever you're grateful for, be grateful for. Write that down, put it wherever you need to put it, journal, however, a sticky pad, however, sticky note, however you want to do it. I would say, I ain't even gonna say in your phone. Don't put it in your phone, because that's gonna require you to look in your phone, and then you know what you're gonna do next? Tap on that Instagram icon, start scrolling TikTok, and before you know it, an hour done passed and you don't even remember what you was supposed to say you was grateful for. So don't put it in your phone, write it down. Physically get a pen or pencil, pen preferably, so it doesn't erase, and write it down. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? And that could help you focus on what's good in your life and help combat any low self-esteem. All right. And like I said before, set a limit. Set a limit on how often you're on social media, how often you post. If you create content, a lot of us have the tools to be able to schedule our content. Schedule your content if you can, so that you don't have to keep running to your phone or your computer to do whatever it is you need to do. Set screen time for your children and even for yourself. Be a leader. They're watching you. I would say stop arguing. This is not on that list, but one of my big things is stop arguing with avatars. Stop arguing with avatars. Like I said before, there's nothing wrong with a little nice debate if everyone's being respectful. But once somebody start calling you out your name, and once some people just start going for talking about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, and they're just negative, stop arguing with them avatars. Half of the people that's doing most of that can't even show their face. They probably got private accounts, no content on their page, so you don't even know who you arguing with. And I am convinced that there are people on this internet that are literally starting stuff just to do it. They are literally behind their icon laughing because they know they done got you riled up. Don't let it happen to you. Don't let it happen to you. I'm pretty sure we don't all been guilty of it, maybe a time or two, because sometimes people can say some things and you like, hold up. And I'm one of them that, especially on Facebook, I go to your page and start looking at stuff. But I don't have that kind of time in my life no more. Over the past few years, I don't have that. But back in the day, I might have would have did it, but not so much no more, right? And also carve in plenty of real life time. Just like I stated, make a schedule or set aside a time for when you're on social media and when you're checking emails. You have that hour or whatever it is you decide to use based on whatever it is you do. Clearly, if you're a content creator, you're probably going to have to use it a lot more. But if you're a content creator, focus on what it is you're looking for your content. But because sometimes, I know me personally, all of a sudden I'll be researching things, and now I'm down this rabbit hole of looking at especially on TikTok. Ooh, TikTok will take you down a rabbit hole. And it's not necessarily rabbit hole of negative stuff, but just like, how did I get here? Now I'm standing up trying to figure out how to do the next trending dance. And I'm like, I'm not supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to be researching this beauty product. I'm supposed to be researching different things for my YouTube content. So I'm sorry, y'all. So I'm not holier than thou. I fall for it too. That's why I have to take my breaks. But one thing I do is I carve in time for real life time. One thing I can say is I do not live on this internet. I do not live on this internet. I am here. I have a social media presence that I am growing. And if you're watching this still, you may as well go ahead and subscribe. But because I want to give positivity, I want to spread knowledge, I want to help and be a betterment for Black people. My lane is beauty, representation, and things within regarding that realm. I feel like this is what I want to stay in. So of course there's other ways to help our community, but I feel like this is going to be the thing that I do. I want to ensure that we are represented, that our Black excellence and our stories are told. The known and the unknown, all within the beauty, fashion, hair industry. So there's so much more content to cover. Some of it might become controversial, but it's never in malice, because especially when I start dipping into more topics regarding colorism and things like that, that's going to ruffle a lot of feathers, and that's fine. And you can disagree with me in the comments if you want to, but just be respectful about it. That's all I ask. I don't know you, you don't know me. Just be respectful. So it's all right to agree to disagree, and it's all right to, say something if you disagree, just as long as it's done the right way. That's all I'm asking for. So I think that's all I have right now, because I have to record another video. But I just, be positive, be happy, be beautiful. And remember, beauty is not just on the outside, it's on the inside. All right, so that's the end of this video. You all be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave something positive in the comments, or whatever it is you choose to do. But let me know you're here. Let me know that you're watching. And till next time.